Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Invicta Specs with John the Phone Guy. Wanted to start off, today is March the 13th, on Friday, and just wanted to make mention of the COVID-19, aka coronavirus situation that's going on. I hope everyone is safe and healthy and stays that way. I know this is a bit of an unnerving time, and I'm sure everyone's a bit anxious about things until we really get a handle on this. But like just about anything, this too shall pass and we shall persevere. But that was it. So anyway, on to some fun stuff. Today we've got the Grand S1 in Graffiti. This is model 32101. This is going to be a 50 atmosphere, 500 meter, 1650 feet water resistance. This is a 54 millimeter running the Ronda 5050E, which is a day-date chronograph complication. It's a 13 joule movement, and this is a flame fusion crystal. And with that, we'll kind of just get right into this guy. So start off on the back where we normally do. So we have the Scissor Deployment, one of my favorite full dive class with the retention on here. Of course, get a little shot of the case back. We do see the Reserve S1 Rally, all the information going around it as usual. Of course, with the Graffiti, the insides are always in a white in this design. And with that, we'll kind of go right into the bracelet. So obviously I have sized this for me, so you will notice right down here there's a change, which is what I generally recommend for everyone, is to always size these starting at the very bottom and work your way up towards, so that the majority of the watch, as you can see, the pattern is unbroken to right here. And then we'll just kind of turn it, and you can see even how they laid it inside the crevices where you normally have all the inset, the S1. I mean, they just really did an amazing job on this hydro dip. And then of course on the other side we have this side here, and you can see this one's actually a little bit closer because of this red kind of filtered in a little bit better. So, but you know, there is a break there. I think for me, I want to say 2 or 3 on each side. I forgot to write it down, I apologize. And of course, you know, this is a screw down crown, screw down function pushers. This is a fixed bezel, excuse me, on here, and you just got like the little screw accents for your hour markers. We'll get right into the dial, so you have a really good orange color on your hands. Around the station markers, you'll see it's kind of in red, just to give a little bit different look to it. Of course, your rehaut has, you know, your 5, 10, 15, and your luminescent on your hour markers. We have constant running seconds here at the 3 o'clock. You can see it moving. Your day of the week obviously is right in between on the Friday. Of course, your date down there at the 4. And then your chronograph sweep second hand is this orange one. And then you have your 1/10 of a second and 30-minute timer. So that's kind of, and you can kind of see right the S1 label right there at the 8 o'clock, denoting that. And in general, this is just, I really like the S1 in and of itself, but I feel like the way they did this dip was really spot on. I mean, it's just a really amazing job how they got this in here so intricately. I have watched it one time on TV, a process, and it's quite fascinating. But let's get right into this. So here we go, 54 from the 10 to 4 o'clock, and our thickness is setting at 20. The lug spacing up here, I've got 39, and then the bracelet is going to taper down to a 26. The thickness on this, on the links, 5.1, and these are all steel. There's no folded on this from that perspective. Of course, you do have your screw down crown. You know, pull it out 1, you change the date, pull it out 2, and change the time. Screw back down for water resistance, and of course we've got the chronograph. So I'm going to start that guy. You can see your 1/10 of a second running, and your second hand's going around. So then we'll stop this guy, do a reset, and there we have it. So finger tight, you don't have to go crazy on this thing. With that, we'll kind of, sorry for my reach, I probably should put that a little closer, shouldn't I? And we'll weigh this guy out. So 13.5, being an all steel. It's a solid watch. I mean, you know, there's no two ways to get around it. You're going to notice this on your wrist. So set this guy right here. And speaking of, so I'm a little bit less than 7 now, and that's kind of how the lug system works on me. And then as you can see, kind of sitting there on the wrist, and I just realized one of the things I forgot is to measure from the lug spacing. So I'm going to go right off the centers of this, so 52 for perspective. And of course, as you can see, this is going to support a pretty large wrist, and then so I'd say that's probably at least 8.5 or better right there. But you can see the angles that it does. It really allows for a good, comfortable wear on this. Like I say, I like mine a little bit looser. Some people like them extremely snug. That's the great thing about it. I really don't believe there's a right and wrong way. I know I've seen some videos admonishing people saying, no, you have to do it this way. Well, no, you don't. You do it how you want to do it, how you want to wear it. You want to wear this with a business suit? By all means, do it. I would say this is a little bit more casual fun, but you know, hey, if you want a little bit of flair and that's your thing, go for it. So with that, we will kind of wrap this up. And again, this is model 32101 Grand S1 Graffiti. Shout out to Smitten by Invicta, Instagram, women's fashion with a focus on Invicta, obviously, and YouTube, Trap Vision 3D, Tommy Big Time, great source of information around Invicta and, you know, the parts of your life and how it relates. Facebook friends, Invictaholics, Invictacruisers, InvictaVets, and we do most of our shopping on Shop HQ and Invicta stores. And as this is, we're a little bit more than a week past the cruise, I want to say how much fun that cruise is. If anyone has not been on the Invicta cruise or is even aware of it, I believe the website stays up year round. It's called Invictacruise.com. You can check it out. Prices are very reasonable. We were on a slightly bigger ship this time, and we went an extra day, so it was a little bit more than years past, but we had a balcony on deck 8, and it was, I believe, $299 a person for the 4-day, which, you know, I think is a very reasonable. But it is just so much fun, so much camaraderie. It is like having a big, huge family reunion on a boat ship. Sorry, Ryan. And you just really get to walk around, and unlike other just general cruises, I mean, you know, people are generally, you know, friendly and everything, but it is just a whole different vibe when you go on an Invicta cruise. It's just an amazing experience. So with all of that and all my ramblings, I say enjoy your Invicta watches, and I hope to see you next time on Invicta Specs. Take care.